Oh, it is a sweaty one today. What's going on, guys? Brandon Harden here. Hope you're having a great day. Literally just got changed after a cardio session because my clothing was absolutely drenched. We're on 40 minutes cardio now, just over 7 weeks out from the show. I've got quite a busy day ahead, but I thought, considering the fact that I haven't actually filmed a YouTube video in the last week because I've been very busy working on one, the Pro Coach X Hardbody clothing drop. Also, there's been some pretty drastic changes to my plan over the last week, because in the last YouTube video, I basically said, is there going to be a point where my body is going to start drastically changing, and when is Callum going to make those changes to enable that to happen? Well, over the last week, that is literally what has happened. I feel like on every prep, there's this like crazy turning point where shit hits the fan and you're like, oh my God, I'm losing like a pound every single day and I'm going to wither away into absolute nothing. Well, I'm pretty sure in the last week, I've dropped about 4.5 to 5 pounds, which is the quickest it's happened so far. So in the next YouTube video, I'm going to post this one on Tuesday, but on Thursday's video, I want to do like a full, basically like 7 weeks out physique update to show you where we're currently at, because today is going to be a Q&A video because I haven't done one in quite a while, and I'm going to answer some questions that I asked you guys to ask me on Instagram, things that I really want to speak about to do with prep, personal life, pretty much all the things I've wanted to cover, and you guys want to know via the questions that you asked. And considering the fact it has been a week since I posted a vlog, an episode of Hardbody shredding, I thought this would be quite nice before we do another like day in the life. I've also been wanting to make a video since yesterday because I had a new lens arrive. I ordered it on Amazon 2 days ago, and it's a 24mm. That is a 1.8, so hopefully the background's nice and creamy. I've just been excited to film, to be honest. It's a little bit cooler right now as well. We had a heat wave. I'm pretty sure there's going to be another one soon too. I'm going to sit on that step right behind me and answer your guys' questions. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy episode 8 of Hardbody shredding. Right, so I hope you don't mind the slightly grungy-esque theme to this video. We're literally at the back of the gym, sat on a step, and there's spider webs next to me. Hopefully it's not too bad of a setting. I thought it'd be nice and different to filming videos like in my car or like at home in the office or in the kitchen or that sort of thing. So anyway, I want to go down the questions in no particular order. I basically did a poll on Instagram, basically being like, I'm going to film a Q&A video, ask me some questions. So I took some screenshots of them. So I'm basically going to swipe through them and just answer them as I basically see them. Question number 1, do you train abs on prep? Yes, I do. I train abs once every 2 months on the off season. I should train them more. And on prep so far, it's been 3 times a week, sometimes 4 to be honest, because I've been really enjoying using the ab machines and just like the leg raise at Dino's. I typically have a routine of like, after I've done cardio, if I still have like some wits about me, I'll do 3 sets on the crunch machine, 3 sets of leg raises, just to do like top and bottom of the abs, and that's pretty much all I'm doing for abs. Question 2, do you feel more or less pressure on this prep than the last one? I think on this prep I feel a lot less pressure. I think it's all self-inflicted. I think pressure in general is something that we impose on ourselves based on like the expectation that we have. And considering this prep, I'm just wanting to step on stage. I'm just wanting not to tear something. And in doing so, it's keeping my like stress levels down and just being excited to actually be able to compete one day and do the pro debut. Because I feel like I've been talking about the pro debut now ever since I got the pro card 2.5 years ago. So for me, the pressure isn't to like win the pro show. Obviously I have a goal to get top 5. I feel like doing your first pro show and getting top 5 is a win in anyone's books as like an amateur pro. But the pressure on this prep is less for many reasons. My life is stable, everything's consistent, things in my general life with like friends and family and business are all going really well, and I'm very grateful for that. Everyone's healthy and well. So this prep, above all else, is probably the most chill and pressure-less prep I've ever had in my entire life. How do you suck in your stomach when you pose, and why do you do it? So you're referencing a vacuum pose, and honestly, I don't even know why we do it. I feel like it looks good when you do like a front double bicep or a lat spread or like some sort of classic poses. They've been doing this ever since the 60s, 70s, 80s. It's something that is seen to be very classic. And even now in open bodybuilding, some of the big dudes, they even do a vacuum pose. So I feel like we do it because it looks good aesthetically. It makes the waist look really small and the shoulders a lot wider based on the silhouette of a physique. But how I do it, I have no idea. I feel like I remember one holiday as a kid. I was like 12 years old and my mom was like doing some like belly roll, like stomach. My mom's always had crazy ab control. And I remember trying to copy her and I could like suck my stomach like all the way in. And a lot of people struggle. They have to lie on the ground and use gravity to try and get their stomach up and to, you know, almost like suck in your diaphragm to bring everything inwards. But a vacuum pose is something I've always been able to do. And it's a good practice for developing abs and just like ab control in general. So I feel like everyone should practice vacuums in some respect. Doing it in the morning when you've woken up, you can literally wake up, be lay in bed and suck in your stomach a few times and practice that way if you haven't got like time in your day or built a routine around trying. But yeah, that's pretty much why and how. So yeah, why don't you get a mortgage? You keep on renting everywhere you live. There's a reason for that, and first reason is I don't ever want to get a mortgage. I don't want to ever owe the bank hundreds of thousands of pounds. I want to get to a position in my bank where I can just build a house and renovate that house and just basically like, because if you think about it like this, right? If you get a home that's £250,000 and then you get a mortgage, you pay it off for 15, 20 years, it's then going to be like £300,000 with interest that you're going to give to the bank. You have to borrow money, which is a sticky process. Then when you come to sell the house, not only have you paid 50k more than it was worth in the beginning, but then you want to try sell it for like 310, 320, maybe 350 if you're in an area where that you've experienced a lot of inflation. You're gonna get your money back and probably make 20 grand in 15 years, which is absolutely pathetic. But if you're in a position to just build a home, let's just say the build costs you £200,000, people aren't in a position to do this because a down payment for a mortgage, depending on where you are, in the UK it's 25%, so I need 50k for a 200k mortgage. But if I have 200,000 to put into a build, chances are that will be worth 350, 400,000 if the build is good. I have to sit on it for a year and a half before I can sell it. And if worst case scenario, I sell it for 300 and spent 200 building it, I make £100,000 in a year and a half versus £20,000 in 15 years. That's one reason. Two, I like the freedom of not being tied down to anywhere, particularly at this point in my life. I can go anywhere. If my rent's up, I can move to Dubai, I can move to Bali, I can move to anywhere in the world because I have the freedom to do so. And that's one of the things that you should try to achieve with any sort of success, financial success, is freedom of the world. You can go wherever you want. You are not limited to a location, a postcode. You have freedom. Next question, have you ever taken Tren? Yes, I have, and would I take it again? Absolutely not. It messed my head up. The first time I was extremely angry. The second time I was very sad. I took it for a week 3 years ago and a week 2 years ago, and it was the worst thing I ever took, and I would much prefer to try and take other things around it or just work a little bit harder. Tren just does not mix well with me personally, but for you, might be great. This was asked a weird amount of times, and it's very inappropriate, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. Craziest place you've ever done it? I'm assuming by it, you mean done it. It's been done on a plane. It's been done in the Blue Lagoon. You know, in Iceland, the Blue Lagoon. I'd say that's the craziest. Next, what is your dearest memory? I feel like I'm lucky enough to have so many amazing memories over the course of the past, like, my life, especially over the last 10 years, ever since I found what I wanted to do with my life, which was this. But I want to talk about my first ever memory, which could be classed as my dearest, to be honest. The first memory I have of ever having a memory at all is actually with my granddad, George. Now, he passed when I was 4, and if I didn't have this memory, I would have never remembered him at all in my life, because he literally passed shortly after this memory. And basically, we're in the garden, we're at my nan's house, and I'm feeding the fish. Now, my granddad's next to me, he's giving me the fish food, and I've got to put this fish food inside this ring in a pond that's in my nan's garden. My dad is eating strawberries, my nan is up on this patio, they're sort of watching over, and I'm pretending to feed the fish, and I'm actually eating the fish food, because they're kind of like biscuits. And my first memory is my granddad just crying with laughter, like on the floor, just finding it the funniest thing in the world. And I remember that so vividly, and if I didn't have that memory, like I said, I wouldn't have any memory of him. And I feel like over my life, I don't know why I've had this weird feeling, this might not resonate with a lot of you, but I feel like he's been kind of like a guardian angel for me over my whole life. When I've experienced difficult times or moments, I've had this overwhelming sensation that he's sort of looking out for me. And yeah, I'd say that was my dearest memory. I'm super lucky to live the life that I do, and I've had so many memories of meeting you guys, going to expos and seeing so many people, meeting my inspiration, starting my own company and just achieving milestones that I never thought that I would. So I'm gonna stick with that one. Next, how has your mental health been recently? I can imagine things can get quite difficult managing everything. I feel like I just mentioned that one slightly in terms of like pressure on prep, to be honest. But I feel like mental health wise, ever since last year, ever since like dealing with like a breakup and moving location and all that sort of stuff, I feel like it's the best it's ever been. It's been like that for a while as well. I kind of forgot when I stopped feeling like I wasn't myself. And because I feel like I've been stepping into every part of my existence and my responsibility and putting forward every single day to achieve all the things I want to. Obviously bringing Hardbody to an amazing position to be the biggest equipment company in the world. That is happening so quickly and it's amazing. I was excited to prep again because obviously last one went to shit. And just in general, like I have so many moments now where I'm like, wow, I'm really happy. Or wow, I'm really grateful for that. Or wow, that couldn't have gone better. You know, all these things are like kind of building up. So mental health right now is probably at an all-time high. I'm hoping it doesn't go lower. Obviously we experience peaks and troughs through the entirety of life, and there will be tests that I'll experience over the course of time that will challenge my mental health. But right now, it's great. I've been moving the camera in between these questions to keep this interesting, so I hope you appreciate it, because my butt is not. Anyway, next question. Have you ever thought about doing online coaching? I do online coaching. There's a link in the description down below, which is to my coaching website. If you want to learn about coaching, the coaching that I offer, there's a few videos on that explain about coaching, so I'm not going to bore you with it right now. I've got a bunch of clients already on board. Everyone's doing amazing things, so if you do want to learn more, then the link is the first one down below. Next question. Do you want kids? Absolutely. I would love to have kids. I've imagined having children my entire life. There's only a few things that need to happen for me to like want to have kids. One is actually have a successful, sustainable relationship. That would be lovely. Two, to be in the right financial position to be able to facilitate the life that I would like to give a child. And obviously I would like that to happen when I do have a house, when I do have like roots like laid in one place. I imagine if I'd want to have kids, it wouldn't be until another like 3 or 4 years, because there's things that I want to do over the next 3-4 years that are going to take a lot of my time and energy and effort. Kids for me definitely are on the cards, and I'd even go as far as adopting. I'd love to adopt one kid at some point in my life. So yeah, I would like to have kids. Next question. I got asked this so many times. Are you dating anyone right now? Am I? I said I wouldn't talk about this. I spoke about it in a YouTube video about 3 months ago, so I'm gonna leave that up to speculation. I don't think it's very important like who I'm dating or if I'm dating anyone. If I am, I hope you're happy. If I'm not, I hope you're still happy. I've shared so much about this part of my life over the course of the 10 years of being on YouTube. I've literally shared like in depth of relationships that I kind of wish that I didn't, and I'm trying to like change that within my life. If you see someone on the vlog, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm dating them, and if you don't see someone, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm not dating someone. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna keep that up in the air and leave it as is. Next question. What shows are you competing in this year? I have the list and I'm gonna reel this off. Show number 1, the 24th of August, and that's the Austrian Oak Pro. Show number 2 is September 13th, that's the Germany Pro. 3 is the 27th of September, that's the France Pro, and then the Italy Pro is on the 5th of October. The first 2 I'm definitely doing. The third would be a bonus round, and if by chance, potluck, my body is feeling fabulous still and I can go again, then the Italy Pro in October would be the 4th, and then I'm going to be done for a year. My friend actually asked this next one, and I'm not going to answer it as they asked it, but I'm definitely going to say like a cool achievement variation of this question, and it's how much do you make in a year? Like, how much money do you make? I feel like it's very personal information to say like what someone makes in an entire year. Obviously I run a business that's growing very well. I have sponsorships that also pay very well. I have different business ventures that do well too. But I will say the most amount of money in my entire life I've ever made in 1 month, and it was last year during the Black Friday period, because obviously your company does well over Black Friday, right? Everyone buys if they want to. Your sponsorships, code Hardbody was used so much last year. My commission went up through the roof with the sponsors that I have. But the most amount of money I ever made in 1 month was £86,500. Yeah, disgusting, but very grateful, but super weird. Final question. Are you experiencing any side effects from your anabolic stack? So far, surprisingly, not really. I obviously feel the side effect of the jitters when I take Clen in the morning. Probably the reason I've spoke quite fast during this video, because I took it like an hour ago. But generally so far, because of the fact that I've switched to propionate rather than enanthate, and I'm doing more consistent jabs rather than doing like 2 massive times over the course of the week, I'd consider the fact that my levels have been very, very consistent, and it's been very nice to go through prep in such a constant and chill manner that feels like there's no highs, there's no lows, it's just very constant. The only thing that's becoming more noticeable now is my hunger, and you can't really avoid being hangry when the pain kicks in. But I'm not in pain yet, it's not hard yet. I just think about food a lot more. Like, I'm there, it's like 12 at night, maybe 12:30, I'm trying to go to bed, and Instagram will suggest me a reel or a TikTok of some food, and I'm like, Man, that looks so good. I watch it for about 5 minutes and then I realized that I don't want to doom scroll and just ruin my night's sleep with scrolling, so I turn it off and then I go to bed. Side effects so far, I haven't experienced any negative ones. I'm not taking Tren, and I switched out the type of anabolics I'm taking. And another thing that's great before I end this video is this freaking cutoff. It is like the perfect cutoff for arm day, and this is dropping in 2 days on Thursday the 10th of July on the Hardbody store at 6 PM UK time. It's our first ever collaboration collection with Pro Coach. I'm going to show you what I'm wearing right now. It's honestly, I love this fit so much. So starting off, we've got the Pro Coach shorts. These are coming in an amazing forest green and the black. Both designs are the same. We've got Pro Coach on one side and Hardbody on the other. Really deep pockets. I love these shorts so much, and every piece is very limited because it's a collaboration drop. So if it sells out, I don't think it's going to be restocked, and we have seriously limited units because of the fact that we didn't know how well it was going to do. Then secondly, we've got the Unleash cutoff tank in light grey. This also comes in a darker charcoal, sort of like dark charcoal on black effect. It looks sick. It's berserk on the back, minimalistic branding on the front, and it's awesome. That was honestly really nice to get some of that stuff off my chest, give you a bit more of a personal insight to my life and mindset, and few things on general life aspect like house and kids, because I'm 28 years old now, and eventually these are the decisions I'm gonna have to make in my life. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video here, head back. I need to head to the shop now, get some food, and continue on my day on prep and make sure I tick all the boxes I need to. So if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already, because it really helps the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.